So to get things started, my name is Cheryl Pederzoli. I'm on the marketing team here at ProSites, and I work a lot with dentists trying to educate them and teach them about all the different ways you can market your practice and grow your patient base. And today we're going to be talking specifically about online review sites and how to use those and how to really take advantage of all the things that they can offer you. So we're going to go through the importance of the sites, talk about sites that you need to be on, how to respond to feedback, how to ask for reviews, and then how ProSites can help you. So the importance of online review sites. They're critical. You guys probably all see this every day. Patients are talking about you online, and prospective patients want to know what other people are saying. Before somebody comes into your practice, they're going to go look online to see how people are rating you. 81% of consumers conduct research online before they make a purchase. 85% say they read up to 10 reviews of a business online, and 47% believe that the reputation is especially important for doctors and dentists. And it makes a lot of sense. People are trusting you, never having met you. So an online review that talks about how wonderful your practice is, what they can expect when they walk in the door, is going to help people feel more confident before they come and see you. Now, it's important to remember, if people are going to leave reviews, a lot of the time it's negative. They've got something that they need to say, and they'll be more inclined to report a bad experience over a positive one. This is one of the reasons why you have to really take control of online reviews and of your reviews on different sites to make sure that you're coming across in the best light you can. Most likely, you don't even know who is dissatisfied when they leave your office, because very few times do people actually tell the businesses. It's also important to have really solid online reviews because it impacts so many things online. It impacts your Google search results. If you were to search your practice name right now, you'll probably see some of the online review sites show up. For example, when I searched on this particular dentist, we see Yelp reviews, Facebook reviews, and Google reviews are all showing up right on the page. And somebody didn't even look for reviews. They're only looking for that dentist name. The online review sites are also giving a perception of quality. If you were to look at somebody and say 3 stars versus 5 stars, and you're just looking for a brand new dentist, you've never been out there before, who would you choose, a 3-star dentist or a 5-star dentist? And as you can see, you don't even have to click into the review site in order to see how many stars they have. And it also is important because it shows how trustworthy you are. It shows that you're willing to put an online review site out there, you're interested in collecting the reviews, you're reading them, you're replying to them. And that shows a patient that you actually care, and it helps them trust you more because you're actually caring and showing that for them. Another important aspect of these online reviews is looking at those to find out what are your competitions doing. You know, everybody really concerns themselves mostly about themselves, but if you're looking to market your practice, if you're looking to grow your practice, an easy way to see what you should concentrate on is to look at your competition. See what people say about them. For example, maybe they complain that the service is awful. They're always getting put on hold. Well, when you do your marketing ads, highlight the fact that you've got great customer service, that the people are always answering the phone. You know, you can take those reviews and turn them around and make them a positive for your practice. The other thing is competitively looking to see where your competition is concentrating all of their reviews will help you understand which ones you need to focus on. For example, there are some areas where there's local review sites that are much more important than some of the global ones. Yelp, another example. In some areas, Yelp has tons and tons of reviews. In other areas, very, very few businesses are reviewed, so you would actually want to put your effort towards a different online review site. So let's talk about the sites that you should be on and how to get yourself there. Google My Business is the most important one that we have that we promote for people to get themselves on. It's going to show your own business listing, so it's going to have information about your location, what your office hours are, what's the right phone number to be calling, the basic information people need when they're searching. But it also has an effect on your search engine rankings. And it's kind of a back and forth game. It's a snowball effect. If you rank higher in your Google listings, you actually get more showing with more clicks, which makes Google see you as more important, so it's more inclined to put you up higher in the listings. So it pays a lot of attention to make sure if nowhere else, Google My Business is where you're going to put your efforts. The other thing to keep in mind is that the signals, the search signals, the things that tell Google what's most important, the Google reviews actually help play into that. So it's another reason why to make sure you put a lot of effort there. So how do you claim your listing? You want to go to the Google My Business page. So you can Google it. The URL is actually google.com/business. And then you click Start Now. It's free to set up a profile. You don't have to pay anything to have a profile. You just want to keep going through. You've got to put your information in. They'll ask you to verify your listing via mail or phone. They want to make sure that not some random person is doing it, but actually the business itself. And then you can send people the URL so that they can start to do reviews. If you have any questions, they've got a great help section, so you can go and look for that to get more details. Now, if you are up there, though, and you are seeing that you've got reviews, and you're concerned because you think they're fake, maybe you think they're a competitor who's going, or a patient who's really disgruntled is just putting on lots and lots of fake reviews. Well, if you think that's the case, you can actually ask Google to remove them. If you think that Google violates the policies, you can flag them for deletion, and the way that you're going to do that is, just looking to see if it's showing up here on my screenshot. When you see your Google listing, when you hover over it, there's a little flag. You're going to click on that, and that's going to show you where it is. Google also does try to look at these, and it offers a small business team on Twitter. Should you not be getting a response any other way, you can actually tweet out to them, and they're very responsive to you. Now, another site that you want to make sure you're on is Facebook reviews. Facebook is kind of as important because those listings are showing up in all of the review sites. It's still the most popular social network out there. We recommend dentists actually promote themselves, but from this perspective, we're just talking really about the reviews. So it's really important to make sure you've got good, solid reviews out there. So if you want to go in, first thing you have to do is have a Facebook page. If you don't already have one, it's pretty simple to actually create it. You just log in on your personal profile. On the top right, there's an area where you can click to create a page, and then you say what it is, a local business or a place. Edit your information, and then you'll see a reviews window on the left side that you can actually manage your existing reviews, and you can send people there to give you more positive reviews. Again, if there's some incorrect or fake things there and they're a little bit concerned, you can report the post. You'll have to say why you want to do it, but there's all kinds of things that come out there, people who are doing fake things, so you do want to have that opportunity to be able to try to stop them if you can. If you are getting a lot of bad reviews, you don't want people to see them, you can actually turn off the reviews tab completely. The only negative is you won't be showing any good reviews either. So you're going to have to kind of make that decision. Is it the reviews are so bad you don't want to show anything, or is there enough that you can actually counteract the negative effect by getting more good reviews? So Facebook, Yelp. Yelp is another huge review site. 145 million daily active users on Yelp, and it's because it's so popular, you probably want to pay some attention to it. So search for your practice name. If you don't already have your page, you want to click Claim This Business and verify your information. If you don't have one, build a page from scratch. Go through Yelp's approval process. That's simple to create your own Yelp page. And then start asking people, can you go out to Yelp and review me there? Start to collect that information. Again, they've also got a way to report fake reviews. If you are looking at the reviews and you're concerned about them, you can, there is an indicator here. I'm trying to see where it is. I think it's another one. If you hover over it, you can actually flag it. Oh, no, here's the flag right here. So sorry. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse pointer, but it's in the kind of lower right corner right below that review itself. It will look through the guidelines. So when you're really reporting this, you're trying to say it violates one of your guidelines, and that's why it gets pulled down. In all of these cases, you can't just ask for a review to pull down because it's a negative review. They're not going to do that. If it violates the guideline, though, that's when they may actually be pulling it down. You should still be responding to reviews and trying to make sure that the way you present yourself when you respond to it is a positive, so that it helps to kind of counteract that negative effect. And I'll talk a little bit more about that afterwards. Angies List. Now, this is another review site where, while people do have to pay to get into the community, if somebody is part of this community, they're very, very passionate about it. So that's why we still recommend this as a site you might want to consider. But this is not nearly as important as the other ones that we've listed before, you know, Google being #1, Facebook, all of those. So you want to have an Angies List review. You want to create a business owner account. You enter in your contact information. You select your information. You can manage your reviews. You can actually put some prices in there to help patients decide to choose your service. It's really more than just a review site. It's also just presenting your business, and it's another opportunity to do that. Now, an Angies List, they have to verify that it's fraudulent. So one of the things that you can try to do is contact the reviewers and try to understand their complaint and address it directly with them also. And Angies List does track it, so it helps to make your grade more positive when you're trying to kind of work through it. RateMDs, this is another one of the review sites. So it's a comparison site specifically for healthcare providers. You might already be familiar with it. It's popular enough that it shows up, but RateMDs and some of the other sites out there, I found that some areas it's more popular than other areas. It doesn't always show up. So it's one of those, we're kind of presenting these, I don't want to say in kind of reverse order of how in the order we would recommend you use them. This is still a very important site, but again, Google My Business, first one to go to every time. So the review site, you want to just go claim your doctor profile, actually fill out all the information so you look like a complete provider, give as much detail as you can, and then you can get the reviews there. Again, if you've got issues, click the flag icon, explain what's wrong, and they will make that determination if it's good enough to come off or on. So these are all the review sites that we talked about. You will find there's a lot of others out there that I haven't mentioned yet. Health Grades is one of them. There's a lot of insurance websites where they allow people to put reviews right on there and give stars and things like that. While I've only indicated these, depending on where you're located, there might be other review sites that you want to get yourself on. And this is a case where if you don't know, search for dentists in your area. See what shows up, see if any of those review sites are showing up in your area. That's a good indicator those are ones you want to be on. One thing to watch for are sites where you actually have to pay a fee to be on there, especially ones where the person who's coming to read the review would have to pay a fee or register, because those ones are just not going to get as frequent use. So the next big question we hear from people is, how do I respond when I get all this feedback? Well, here's some information to help. Everybody who puts out a post, we recommend you actually respond to. Some cases, you'll find that customers start buying from a competitor because it's got a better reputation for customer service. I mean, just because somebody is better at responding and showing that they're there, people are making a decision to go with the competitor. If people are responding back, they become loyal repeat customers because they feel like they're getting their message across. and you actually encourage people to stay with you and are more likely to keep patients because you're showing that you actually care, even if it's as simple as saying thank you. So some of our recommendations: make sure you're doing it quickly. If somebody goes and posts on social media, there's tools that you can use to help listen and understand. You can get alerts when people are posting those reviews. You want to try to respond back quickly. One of the things that also happens is if you don't respond quickly, people can like other reviews. They can kind of share them a little bit more. They can get the message out before you've had a chance to respond. So that's another reason where if you're not responding, that review actually may become more popular before you've had a chance to get in there. You want to make sure you're positive, and you want to make sure that you don't go in there with anger or emotion. You want to just be matter of fact. I'm really sorry. I want to do everything I can to help make this right. You want to make sure people know that you're there. And then you want to be transparent. You know, don't try to say every bad review is, you know, this is a fake person, this isn't real. You want to just acknowledge, hey, I'm sorry something went wrong. I want to make it right by you. If people see a mix of reviews, they feel a little bit more like they're real. If somebody sees nothing but 5-star reviews, there's concerns that maybe this person's actually paying for good reviews or trying to kind of cheat the system, and it's not trustworthy. So, forgetting to get all these out at the same time. So how to respond to feedback. Make sure you're quickly before others get on there, add comments, like, share, any of that. Personalize it. Say who you are. I'm the office manager here. I'm really sorry you had that experience. Be firm but polite. Make sure you stay on target. If they're complaining about one thing, don't bring in another issue. Stick with what's going on. If there's issues, try to resolve them. If there's any concerns that what's happening, what they're complaining about might violate any HIPAA requirements, make sure you try to get that message offline. Reply back with, hey, I want to talk to you about this. Please call our office. Here's the phone number. Or email me directly. Here's my email. Thank them for their feedback, especially the positive. Thanks. We love hearing great things about our patient or from our patients. Don't respond in the heat. Don't attack anybody. Reach out to them offline if it's appropriate and you can identify who the person is. Don't ignore negative reviews and hope it goes away. It won't. Nothing will change. You need to make sure you jump on it. So here's a couple of examples of how to respond to feedback. So in the first one, somebody comes in, complains, they came in you to fix a crown, you didn't do it, they found more cavities. This is a really good response that's just to the point. We're very sorry. We want to make it right. Please let us know how to reach you and we want to contact you. Another one, waiting room takes forever. When you go to the office, it takes even longer. We're really sorry. We're happy to provide a note to your employer letting them know you were here. Here's a way to contact us. And a couple more examples for you. It was great, but there was also some bad. Same thing. I'd love to find out more. Email me directly so I can investigate it. I want to make this right. Or a very positive one. They've been great. They take care of me, give me great tips. Thank you for the kind words, Kim. Happy, positive. It's really just coming back and saying thank you. I read what you said. I acknowledge it. I really appreciate all the feedback you're giving. So here's some really good examples. Now, if you've got negative reviews, not the end of the world. The great thing is the average score that people see is that. It's an average. So if you've got a lot of negative reviews, get more positive ones. That's going to bring your grade right back up again. So let's talk about how do you ask for those positive reviews next. So text and email follow-ups. After somebody comes into your office, if you know things went really well, or as part of your automated system, send out a message that says, hey, thanks for visiting. It was great to have you in here. We'd love to get a review from you. That can be something that can be automated with your systems, or even if you need to have a receptionist sitting there and sending emails, that's also an option. Another, just put a sign up in your practice. physically. Put a sign up that says, hey, we'd love to hear what you thought. Go review us on Yelp. You can get little table signs that kind of sit next to your receptionist desk to just remind them, you know, if you're on Yelp or if you're on Google My Business, wherever it is. Another way is to train your staff to ask people, how was your visit today? Did you have any concerns I didn't address? If it went really well, invite them to leave a review. You know, it's as simple as, hey, we're trying to build our presence up on Yelp. Would you mind going and leaving a Yelp review later? It's pretty simple to look at that patient and understand, you know, are they going to leave a good review, a bad review? Understand that before they leave the office and then make that decision. If somebody's having a bad day, they're having a bad experience, don't ask them. That's a nice advantage of asking your staff to help out, is that you really have somebody controlling that message. So another thing you can do is share and ask for reviews on your website. So if you've got positive reviews, publish them up on your website so people can see. Put a link there where people can leave reviews. And that's another way, because you're going to see patients that are still going to your site to double check phone numbers or hours or contact you, things like that. So that's a great way also to really encourage more reviews. The other nice thing you can do is display positive ones around your office. That shows people that you actually acknowledge and you like these reviews and you want them. And it might encourage them to go and leave one for you. So this is a little trick, something I just found at Google, smallthanks.withgoogle.com. You go in, you type in what your business name is, and it'll look through all of your Google reviews, and it'll create signs for you. If you click on any one of these signs, it'll pull up a high-resolution PDF that you can print off. You can throw it up in a frame in your office, and you can actually share the message about what people say about you within the office. Another great thing you can do is actually use those reviews in your marketing. So if you were to put a print ad out, for example, in your local paper, put a little testimonial. Just grab a little bit of a review off of Yelp or Google or Facebook. Just another little encouragement for people to actually come to you. So lastly, just wanted to touch upon how ProSites can help you if you're looking for a little bit of help with your reputation management. We do actually, built into all of our website editors is an online review product where you can put up a review page. It'll ask you on that review page, you know, what did you think? How many stars are you going to do? If the person leaves 3 stars or more, they're actually prompted to share the review on a third-party site. You know, thanks for review. This is really great. Would you mind sharing this out on Yelp or Facebook? And then you get that notification that the review came in, and you can make it live on your website, understand how people are responding to you. So that's the bulk of the presentation. I am here to answer questions. If you have any questions, you can look for that question window within the GoToWebinar bar. Just type in your questions and send it to everybody. As I said earlier, we will be sending out this presentation and a copy of the recording to everybody, so that if you've missed anything or you want to go back and reference, especially those directions on how to get your reviews set up on certain sites, you'll be able to do that. We also have a white paper available now that also will go through all of those details. So we'll make sure we'll send you a link in the follow-up email to that white paper. So if you're interested in downloading that, you can do that. And I am looking, okay, so I've got a couple questions coming in. First question I see here. Is it possible to post Yelp reviews on Google? So posting reviews, the same person could post the same review on Google and then post it on Yelp. You as a business owner can't move those reviews. The people actually have to register and post those reviews on their own. But you can definitely have the same review show up in multiple places if people go and do that in different places. Okay, another question. Advertising. Yelp has asked me about advertising with them. Is it something we should do? That's one of those questions where it's really, I think, reliant on the business. If you find that Yelp is really a big influencer on patients' decisions to go with doctors in your area or dentists in your area, and you do not show up high because you don't have a lot of reviews, or you've got less reviews than other people or things like that, it might be something to consider. But if you have good, solid reviews, you're showing up in the listings anyways, you probably don't need to pay to show up there because you're going to naturally show up anyways. And that's true of a lot of different places. Google, you've got the Google business, but then you can also do Google paid advertising. It really depends on where you show naturally, and is that an impact when people are making the decision on a dentist in your area. Okay. Another question. Do we need permission from patients to post reviews from one site to our website in office? In a lot of cases, if they're posting the information up publicly, they've put it out in the public domain, you're fine to take it and use it. If you can identify who that patient is, it's probably a good idea to reach out and say, hey, do you mind if we take your review and post it up? But there's going to be times when you may not be able to identify who that patient is. A lot of sites, people can use whatever name they want to post something. So if you're able to, yes, but because it's out in the public domain, as long as you're acknowledging that this is a Yelp review, this is a Google review, you should be okay. And those are all the questions I see. So we're just about the half-hour mark, which is what my goal was. If you guys think of any questions later, feel free to reply back to those emails that you get with the links and send those questions back to us. We're happy to answer those at any point in time, or you can give a call and talk to one of our marketing specialists. Thank you guys very much for joining me today, and I hope everybody has a great day.